I'm Isabella, and I'm here with
Principal Garcia.
So, Mr. Garcia, did you ever think that you'll be the principal for Western?
Yeah, I was. We were kind of talking a little bit off camera about this. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I would ever be a principal of a school, much less, the largest comprehensive high school in Detroit. So, every day is a blessing that I get to do this. But no, to answer the question directly, never imagined it.
How did you feel whenever you did become the principal, though?
Very, very overwhelmed. Felt way in over my head. It was a really, what's the best way to describe it? It was a really messy time.
Oh, wow.
In the district. And this is obviously before, obviously we're called DPSCD now, Detroit Public Schools Community District. At the time we were DPS, the old district, Detroit Public Schools, and there was just a lot going on. So it was just a really nerve-wracking, difficult time.
How does it feel now to be the principal? Do you feel happy? Are you like...
Yeah. I was, I woke up this morning and, sometimes in this position you wake up with like a fire under you, because you've got things you want to solve and there's people you got to have hard conversations with, and then a kid will walk in and give you something they drew.
What is that?
It's literally like a gas station in Allen Park that has like a Tim Hortons in it. Random. I don't know what it's but it's a student who I talk to every day and I greet every day, and they felt like it was important enough to give it to me. And I was like, I wasn't like almost brought to tears, but it kind of like brings you back down like to earth. Yeah. And then you're like, oh yeah, I love this. This is what I love to do.
So what about the dress code? Do you think it's fair for the girls?
I think that, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we used to have a uniform policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where kids, and there were varying degrees of success. I always thought the uniform policy was nice because you didn't have kids like feeling bad because like the kid down the hall was wearing like an Hermes belt or like those big old ugly boat shoes that you guys wear. They're like $1,000. Or it kind of set like a level playing field, and like didn't make kids feel like like they had to dress a certain way. Now like we lifted the dress code and the uniform policy. Now we have a dress code, which so the uniform policy is what you have to wear. The dress code is what you can't wear.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the biggest difference between the two. And so to answer the question, what I think you're trying to ask me is, do I think that the dress code is fair because we're not towards girls, because we're asking them to not wear certain things?
Yeah.
Do I think it's fair? I do. The reason is not as a way to like stifle the expression of a girl, but because what we're trying to do is prepare you for the work envierment.
What happened with the pool? I heard it got shut down. What happened with the pool?
Yeah, interesting question, and that so quick.
I literally found out yesterday after school.
So
I know people.
Yeah, it sounds like I don't want to go too much into detail, but like it was a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Someone actually had at Mumford, not at Western, there was a very bad accident at Mumford in a pool. And, since then, there's been a lot of attention on like what you do in a pool. Mm-hmm. And it's been a couple years at least, I think, since we've had a swim teacher. Oh. So our swim teacher's learning. She's new. She's trying to kind of find her footing. She's very motivated. Yeah. And I think what happened was just, some miscommunication. Mm-hmm. Kids started a rumor, and, she did the best she could to try to manage it. We ended up having to go in there and kind of help her out and obviously close the pool down. But nothing nothing like, no emergencies happened. It was just kind of like,
Too much people in there.
yeah, we had to like reset for today.
So like, let's say like, if you have a lunch hour, do you think like you could still go? Like, because you won't have a class and you're basically not skipping. It's just lunch.
You know, I was thinking, we do need to do something different. Maybe incentivize kids during lunch hours to like do something other than sit in the lunchroom, because I'm sure that gets boring. Would being in the pool be a thing? I'm not so close to that as a solution, because of like, once you go underwater, if you don't know what you're doing, it becomes a very dangerous situation. And our pool, you know, has like really deep spots. So like, if you're not moving and you don't know how to tread water or wade, like something's gonna happen, and you know, typically is not good. So there was a lot of students who used to think that going to the gym was cool. It's not, because there's a class going on, and it's difficult to like take attendance and manage your class, especially if you don't know kids' names and that kind of thing. We are looking for things for kids to do, and in a PBI